sort of a virtuous circle here, right? Where you were just talking about insulation and air source heat pumps, and these newer heat pumps that are all climate. A lot of people are calling them cold climate. They can heat your home down to zero or even below zero, but they're also, and this is very hard for people to understand because it's called a heat pump. It actually will make your house cool too, right? So it has benefits in the summertime too. But with a well insulated home with a high efficiency heat pump, most of those at this point, the high efficiency heat pumps have inverter compressors, right? So they have an inverter that can actually respond to a signal. So now you've not only brought down the overall use, you have the ability to say, oh, wow, it really looks like, for instance, does this sound familiar to you? 7:30 tonight's going to look really dicey. Let's go ahead and make that house cooler at 3, 4, 5 o'clock. A lot of solar power available. Power is
Yep.
generally pretty cheap. Let's go ahead and use more. That only works if you've got the insulation. It only works if you've got the HVAC that can take a
Exactly.
signal. Yeah. Okay. So So hopefully that's a segue into talking about this next evolution of energy efficiency.
It is. And the way I think about it is it's going from passive energy efficiency to active energy efficiency. So it's the same, it's all energy efficiency, but there's one that's more active because it's actually utilizing real-time information in order to help optimize the efficiency of whatever it is we're talking about, the building, the home. And so that's where the active opportunity is coming in, because we now have access to data. Like, we know it's going to be tight at 7 o'clock tonight because it's a very hot day and we're not going to have the availability of solar resources. So we know we'll have a scarcity period. So we can start to make decisions early on. And it's about, flexible demand. So I can flex up my demand in the hours leading up to that point in time to make sure that I'll be comfortable, and then flex down significantly during a peak period, which both makes economic sense, because when there's abundant solar in the middle of the day, power should cost less. And
Yep.
then when there's
Yep.
scarce power later, when it's tight, power will cost more. And so there's natural economic incentives, and we can work our way through that without really having to do a whole lot of things to make somebody uncomfortable. And that's the opportunity with active energy efficiency. And I think that's really exciting. And it applies to, like you said, vehicle charging. It could apply to hot water heaters. When does a hot water heater cycle and when does it run? There's all different kinds of applications to this that I think are really exciting. And we're just at the point where we can do this today, right? This is available today.